Hello, I wanted to try and give you a quick overview of what the page builder upgrade entails and what it enables you to do in addition to what you're able to do now. So in the current WAVA backend, when you go to build a page, we have all of the design elements available, but they are in a fixed location. So the content goes in one place, the featured images and content goes in another place. So you have this, here's where the content goes. Here's where the map goes. Here's where the video goes. Here's where this goes. And it's more kind of like a set structure that you can pick and choose which elements to display. In our new page builder, each of these individual design elements becomes its own widget, if you will, that can be moved anywhere within the page. And you can have an infinite number of widgets within the page. So for example, on this page, if we look at it, maybe here we would want to have a text block, and then a set of featured pages, and then the information about Becca and Tori, and then another set of resources. So I'm going to kind of show you how it works on another client who already has it enabled. So this is Visit Tuolumne, and this is just a test page that I have. So you'll see I've already added a video widget. And so this is your main page area. You'll put in what the nav bar text is, and you're still able to decide where it should appear within the navigation. You can select what categories will be assigned to the page, and the categories pull from Otis or from our category system, depending on which area we're using. And these categories define certain things that will be displayed for widgets, like related articles, events, and those type of things. So any categories you select here help you to build the widgets as you go. And then, of course, page header images, you'll always be able to select individual page headers that you want. But the real meat of it is in the widget section. So you'll be able to add a widget. And then you'll see we have a drop down of these different widget types. So it will look different for WAVA. And as part of the upgrade, there are a few new widget designs or content display designs that I think we should add into this widget type. And that can be discussed and is included as part of the upgrade fee. But so let's say that I want to do a related articles. So I would just select related articles, and you can see here it says based on the page category selections. So that's the categories that I selected back on the other page. So I'll press save for that. And then I'm going to add another widget. And this time I want to make an H1 text that says, best title ever. I'm going to save this. And then I might want to put in a content block. So some text in here. And I still have all the features to bold, to italicize, to edit all of that. I can insert an image directly into here if I want, using the photo gallery. Apologies, the internet always goes slow whenever you're trying to do something quick. I'm going to choose this image because it's kind of smaller. I'm going to insert this into the content. I can move it. I can move this image around within here. I can tell it to center, left justify. I can make the text go around it. So I still have all of these same editing abilities within the content editor. I'm going to press save here. Add one more widget maybe, and then I'll just go through quickly. So you have your different title sizes of content. You can do a video. This embed code is for different third-party user services that you might use, where they give you a little snippet of code to put on the page. We also have a full screen width embed code one, so that doesn't put it within the confines of our individual page size. So if the third party wants to span across the screen, we can use this. And then we have feature blocks, which for WAVA are like these. So you would have a couple feature block types because you'll have this size, and then you'll also have this size. And so then if we go back here, so that those would be the feature blocks. You could have an event roller that for you would display events from Otis based on the category. Then listings would also be based on the Otis category, which by the way, in your current editor, I'll show you after this, you could make listing pages wherever you pleased, because Dusty did set up the map so that it can display listings anywhere by type. And then the related articles, there'll also be a photo and gallery widget. This one is kind of nice because you are able to, when you add items to your gallery, the item can be a video or an image, and you can put some text in there. And then some of our clients have a field where they can also put a link into the system so that you could link to the content from within there. I'll just show you real quick. You go in and you would crop an image if there wasn't already a crop, but you would select this here. So I'll add this in. And like I said, you could also do a YouTube or a Vimeo ID by just pasting the ID in here, and then it will appear in the display as well. And then we have a new form builder, so you can build as many forms as you want. It's really easy, very similar to this. And then an additional item that you will get is the admin itinerary builder. So this is a way to build custom itineraries that gives you a very similar format to the one that we're using here. But then you're able to make itinerary group items, and I'll show you that. So those are kind of the widgets that are for this client. They of course would be different for WAVA, and like I said, I think we would create a few new display types for you as a part of this upgrade. So I'm just gonna double check that I saved, and then I'm gonna go back to the builder. So then the cool thing is, so now we see, I must not have any, I don't have any categories saved, so I'm going to check a couple things here so that we can make sure that our category items will display. So we see each widget here that we have created, and it's just in a list. But say that we don't really like the order that this is in. So we're just gonna put this up here, let's say, and we can just use these little arrows. We're gonna wanna move this down. So you just use the arrow to move it down to where you want. And then all you have to do is press save, and your widgets are reordered there. And then you can press view and see your page as you've designed it. So like I said, you can add an infinite number of widgets and move them around. So it really broadens what you can do with the builder. And this same kind of format gets completed also for the articles. So all articles will be able to be built this way. It makes it a little bit easier to stick to a format and get the images in the correct place rather than trying to put them all in one content area. Now you have these different widgets that you can create. And then, as I mentioned, a part of this upgrade, you will also get an admin custom itinerary builder. So on the front end, users just have a list of favorites. And then on the back end, we allow the DMO to create custom itineraries. So very much the same. I can put in a title, I can put in content. And as you can see, I've made different content boxes so that I can more easily group the content and display it. You can also display your feature blocks throughout here. So you know you've given the user a few items that they might do during the day. Now, you know, where do we want them to stay? Here, you might also say, you know, these are the 3 regions featured in this day. These are the 3 regions featured in the next day. You can do your photo gallery. And then if you are putting some of, for example, if you're putting featured events or you're putting featured articles or content like that that is pulled from the category, then this will automatically stay refreshed because it shows the most recent events by category or the articles by category. So that helps keep these itineraries a little bit more evergreen by putting in these different things that pull by category and are populating based on the new content that you're putting into the site. So then when you go to view this, and I apologize, this one I happen to do only has one that has a good address, but then all of the items that you've added to your itinerary appear here in the map, and then the user still has the ability to say, okay, this is what they're suggesting, but I'm also interested in art. And then they'll search for their art and see the other items that are available to them. And for you, this would pull from Otis. And then they can click on here and add these items to their favorites as well. So then you have this kind of nice format for your itineraries. And I think especially for WAVA, this would be a great tool as we've talked about kind of being more that inspiration to the users. So this will give us a bit better platform for building and delivering that content from all the regions to a user. And so with the itinerary groups, you do have right now, there's two ways to show them, which are in tiles or they're in lists. And many of our clients have said that they will probably be using this for making custom itineraries for their PR groups. So this data right here can either pull from the description, which is saved in Otis, or you can put in a custom description. So, if you were going to have them visit the Willamette Valley Vineyards, you might say, your contact here is Diana, and you're to meet her at 12:45 p.m. or whatever instructions you had for each individual item. And then for all of the ones that have a good address, if they look at it on their mobile phone, they can click for directions and it will open in their mobile phone and they'll be able to get directions from where they are. So I know that's a lot to cover. Hopefully we'll be able to go over this in person at some point, but I wanted to kind of try and give you a quick overview so that you could start to envision what I mean when I say a admin builder upgrade. Let me know if you have any questions and hope you're having a great day.